Gabbie Hanna is on a warpath, and she's made it her mission to share her side of every single feud that she's been a part of. Her series called Confessions of a WashedUp YouTube HasBeen is touching on her feuds with Trisha Paytas, her time on Escape the Night, and clapping back at the drama channels that have exposed her. But even though she's tried to get public support back on her side, it hasn't worked, and even more influencers have come out against her. That's why today on I.O. we're going to be talking about the influencers that have tried to warn us about Gabbie Hanna. I'm Mackenzie, and before we get into it, make sure to subscribe if you're new here. In at number 5, Trisha Paytas. Trisha and Gabbie have a long and complicated history that seems to only be getting worse with time. The two were actually very friendly until they got into a fight, and Trisha decided to make a video in 2019 called Why I Don't Trust Gabbie Hanna. In the video, Trisha discussed many things about Hanna that they didn't like. The thing that ended up breaking their relationship was that Gabbie told Trisha's boyfriend at the time, Jason Nash, that Trish might have an incurable STD. Trish responded in that video that they are completely clean and they didn't have that STD. They also came after Gabbie for spreading a nasty rumor about Trisha when Gabbie wasn't even a good enough friend with Trisha to talk about such things. Around the same time, Trisha started to be very vocal about Gabbie's handling of the situation involving Jessie Smiles, where it was alleged that Gabbie took Jessie's ex-boyfriend Curtis Lepore's side in their split, even though Lepore Jessie. But we're going to talk more about that in my next point. The two were on very terrible terms until earlier this year in February of 2021 when the pair actually did a podcast together. The point of the collaboration was to discuss their issues and get to the bottom of what happened between them, because at that point their stories were very different. They left the podcast being on better terms, but considering that Trisha didn't agree with what happened between them, it seems that Gabbie didn't get the closure that she was looking for. It didn't take long for the pair to start feuding again, and Trisha brought up on multiple occasions that they were genuinely afraid of Gabbie and actually felt terrorized by her. Gabbie recently made even more videos on Trisha trying to expose them. Gabbie did end up proving that the pair definitely had a friendship in the past that Trisha did lie about. However, with all the other things that have been uncovered about Gabbie, nobody really cares. And at number 4, Graceffa. After Gabbie made a video on her channel called Escape the Nightmare, Graceffa, the creator of Escape the Night, shared his side of the story. In the video, Gabbie trashed the show and the creators along with Joey. But Joey set the record straight about what actually happened. Firstly, he admitted at one point him and Gabbie were really good friends, but they stopped being friends after she was a total nightmare while filming the show. One point of contention was about the food that Gabbie was served well on set. She apparently threw a fit over the fact that the crew didn't give her food that met her dietary restrictions. However, Joey exposed that she didn't even bother to fill out the form for the meals beforehand, so they had no idea that she had these strict dietary restrictions. However, Danielle Preda ended up going to the store to get her food, which she never even ate, after throwing such a fit about it. The next issue was with the wardrobe. Apparently, Gabbie was angry when her costume didn't fit her, but Joey revealed that it was because she didn't show up for the fittings, even though their costume designer went out of the way to try and work around Gabbie's schedule. The last issue was that for the third shoot day, Gabbie completely refused to show up on time. It was so bad that Joey actually had to contact her management. Her management apologized and said that they were in the process of dropping her because of this behavior. Because of all the issues going on with Gabbie, Joey actually decided to kill her off the show early so she wouldn't ruin the rest of the filming. And at number 3, drama channels. During Gabbie's feuds with Trisha Paytas and Jessie Smiles, she decided to go after the drama channels that were covering all of the madness. Gabbie specifically went after Angelica Oles because Gabbie felt that she was the most critical of her. Gabbie is now doing a sort of series about her cancellation, and in the video about drama channels, she talks about how the channels kept bringing up a mistake of Gabbie's and disrespected the victim every time that it was brought up. I don't want to get into all the details, but Gabbie made a video and included a picture of a girl that had passed away, along with an article discussing what happened. But at the time, Gabbie didn't realize it, and she later apologized for the genuine mistake. After that point, drama channels didn't bring up that specific incident ever again because the girl's mother publicly said that they didn't want anyone to talk about it. However, Gabbie accused the drama channels, specifically Angelica, of still talking about it after the fact. Recently, Angelica made a video breaking down the entire timeline of events and confirming that she did not speak of the girl after her mother said not to. Angelica also explained that when drama channels criticized Gabbie, they generally just talked about her feuds with Trisha and Jessie, not about this incident. basically exposing Gabbie for lying and proving that Gabbie made up this whole story just to take some of the heat off her for her other problematic things that she's done. Angelica also exposed that Gabbie told one channel, Ready to Glare, to make a public apology because that's what the family wanted, even though the mother recently revealed that she never even asked for that. And at number 2, Rosanna Pansino. Rosanna Pansino was actually the first creator from Escape the Night to speak out against Gabbie after she released her docuseries calling out many people that worked on the show. Rosanna posted a long note to Twitter where she points out all the things that Gabbie did to make the set a complete nightmare. Rosanna said that she doesn't like getting involved in drama, but she needed to share the truth about what actually happened. She reiterated a lot of the things that Joey Graceffa said in his video. That Gabbie didn't show up to the wardrobe fittings, she didn't fill out the dietary restrictions card before coming to set, and that Danielle Preda ended up leaving set just to get her food that met her restrictions. Something else Rosanna brought up was that during a press day, Gabbie yelled at one of the PAs and called her a dumb C word because the person gave her an updated set time that was 10 minutes different than the one they originally gave her. Rosanna ended off the note saying that Gabbie was the quote most difficult, mean, and selfish person that she'd ever met on set. And since Rosanna is known for being unproblematic and well liked by everyone, people trusted her word. And finally at number 1, Jessie Smiles. The drama between Gabbie and Jessie is definitely the most complicated. Jessie and Gabbie used to be best friends when they were both getting popular on Vine, but they had a falling out and stopped being friends. Around the same time, Jessie was SA'd by her ex-boyfriend, Curtis Lepore, who was also a large creator on Vine. Jessie ended up taking him to court and won. However, during the time when the authorities were trying to get to the truth, Gabbie seemed to tweet out in support of Curtis and against Jessie. Gabbie also allegedly collaborated with Curtis after Jessie's allegations became public. All of this turned the public entirely against Gabbie. However, Gabbie vehemently denied all of this for years and claimed that she never spoke with Curtis after the allegations. Gabbie also says that she never publicly defended him. After years of back and forth over what happened, it's become clear that Gabbie definitely tweeted that she didn't fully believe the allegations when Jessie came out with them. She even revealed this in a private phone call that Jessie leaked online. In the call, Gabbie spoke about a friend that she knew that was accused of SA and it ruined his life. However, it was later revealed that the person that accused him lied. So Gabbie basically paralleled this situation to the one with Curtis and Jessie and admitted that at first she didn't fully believe Jessie. However, she still says that she didn't support Curtis. For the last few years, all that Jessie's wanted is for Gabbie to admit that she was wrong and actually apologize for what she said. But Gabbie just keeps denying that she did anything wrong. So that's all for the list, guys. Let me know your thoughts below. And if you watch any of Gabbie's new series, let me know what you think about it. It's super long, so I haven't watched a lot of it. I watched like a tiny bit, and it's very, very long, I'll just say that. Before I go, I'm going to shout out some comments from my video on Jake and Tana fighting Austin. Seth freaking Roland said, Austin versus Jake in a boxing match. I don't care, take my money. I feel like a lot of people feel the same way. I think Jake really wants the fight to happen, but Austin is being a little wishy-washy. Maybe that'll be happening soon. Then Sarah Jennifer said, look amazing, Mackenzie. Thank you so much. And Just Jojo said, hi loves, hope you have a great weekend coming up. We're about to head on vacay for 7 days and all girls. That sounds so fun. I hope you have a great time. I'm actually moving this weekend. I think actually by the time you see this video, I will be moved. I'm moving into an apartment alone. I'm very excited about it. I'll probably be posting stuff on my Instagram if you want to see that. Alright guys, that's all for the video today. Thanks so much for sticking around if you made it all the way here. If you liked the video and want to see more, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel below. I've been your host, Mackenzie Smith. Make sure to check us out on social media and I'll catch you all in the next one. Wherein it was alleged that Gabbie took even though Lepore SA'd Jessie, but we're going to talk about that. However, with all the other things that's been, the next issue was wardrobe. Apparently Gabbie was angry when, the next issue was wardrobe. Apparently Gabbie was angry when, Angelica also explained that when drama channels criticized Gabbie, she reiterated a lot of the things that Joey Graceffa said in his. Rosanna ended off the note saying that Gabbie was the quote Rosanna ended up